Hi, I'm Shane.
I'm Kelsey, and this is Dixie, and we're Love Hut for Life.
We've now been on the road for 52 weeks in our homemade truck camper slide-in tiny home thing.
Yeah, guys, that's right. It's been a whole year in our truck bed tiny house, and we couldn't be happier about it. This week, we saw 4 different states. We saw wild ponies on Mount Rogers, then some pretty huge waterfalls in West Virginia.
We went to the state of Ohio and got kicked out of the forest, and we've also had the experience of driving around the Daniel Boone National Forest in Kentucky.
Yeah, guys, we are loving the Daniel Boone National Forest, by the way, and I hope you will too. If you enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button and comment below and let us know what you think. We left you last week on top of White Top Mountain in Virginia, where we were experiencing some absolutely incredible views with part of our chosen family tribe.
We had to leave pretty early because Kelsey and Katya were jumping at excitement for the adventure we had in store for the day. Y'all want to know how to make grown women giggle like children? Tell them you're going to take them to see wild ponies.
That's right, guys. The Grayson Highlands State Park actually has wild ponies roaming about, and we were so excited to get up here and enjoy these absolutely magnificent sights.
It was a bit of a hike to get up that hill, but I can tell you none of us were disappointed once we got there.
Oh my God, they let you get so close to them. Me and Katya were both like little girls. We were so excited. Look how magnificent these creatures are.
You know, Kelsey's from Texas, so she knows all about horses. I don't, but I can tell you I like these little critters, and it's safe to say this was a successful chosen family outing.
Eventually, we all started heading back towards our tiny homes on wheels so that we could lead the caravan to our next awesome adventure. Usually we choose our roads and keep them pretty tame for the caravan, but this week we had no problems giving Mary a few mild heart attacks as we climbed to the top of Mount Rogers, hoping to see more of our pony friends.
We didn't find any more ponies, but what we did find was an awesome place to hang out for another night with some of our favorite people. No, I don't repeat my shows.
Shane,
Come on, you were fun. Crank it,
the group voted.
crank it, monkey. I am so utterly disappointed.
None of us were happy the next morning because we were all slowly realizing that our plans were taking us in different directions, and it was time to say some very temporary goodbyes.
While all of our friends were headed south to warmer weather, we had a different mission to complete, and that was to get as many new states in as possible before it got too cold.
And that meant making our way to West Virginia as quickly as we could.
Normally we don't drive at night, but we had a mission to complete, and I had a free campground in sight that I was sure we would be safe in for the evening. We were both disappointed to find this sign and come to the realization that we had been Rona'd and had to park in the parking lot for that night.
Dixie didn't believe us the night before when we told her that our friends weren't with us, so she went on search for them the next morning. She unfortunately didn't find them, but what she did find showed us that our camping spot was not near as bad as we thought it was.
Regardless, we had places to be, and we even waved at Bambi on our way out of there.
The name of this next national forest that we were going into is of great debate amongst the locals. One side of the mountain told us that it's pronounced Mongolia, and the other side told us that it's pronounced Monongahela. So we'll let you decide. We heard there were some pretty big waterfalls out here, and we were determined to find them.
Boy, were we not disappointed. We found a trail that was an easy mile in and mile out. How hard could that be? I was then left with hundreds of stairs as we descended down this holler, contemplating the logistical nightmare it must have been to build this thing.
Yep, it was an odd structure, but throughout it were 3 absolutely beautiful waterfalls, and it was undoubtedly worth the hike.
That hike back was pretty rough, though.
We made it back to our puppy and had lots of adventuring left to do over these absolutely beautiful rolling hills of West Virginia.
This forest, however you want to pronounce it, has definitely made its way close to the top of mine and Kelsey's list, so much so that we spent the entire day exploring it before we decided that we should probably find somewhere to sleep.
With all of the water that we had seen that day, we knew that there had to be a way to camp on the water, and I tasked Shane with finding me the perfect spot. He didn't disappoint.
We found a free campground right on the New River, which we had been driving along for days, and made ourselves at home for the night.
With Dixie's help, Shane got started working on a meal while I enjoyed the absolutely incredible views of the river. The next morning, we tried to wait around for the train to make Shane happy, but it never came. So it was time to pack things up and get ready to hit the road again.
We maybe should have waited just a little bit longer for this fog to roll out, but it turned out to be a beautiful day.
A beautiful day to make our way into our 27th state. We crossed over the Ohio River into Ohio.
We made our way into the Wayne National Forest just before sunset, into a spot that I'm going to call legal, seeing as how it was less than a mile away from somebody's house.
Definitely not our favorite camping spot, but it was getting dark and we figured it would work for the night, and the next morning we would wake up and explore this forest a little further and see what we could find.
We found the river and took a cruise down the Ohio River Scenic Byway. Even found some sweet steam plants along the way. Do you think Homer Simpson works there?
We also, for once, weren't the ones slowing down traffic because apparently the Amish like to ride their horse-drawn carriages down this road. Pretty funny.
What wasn't funny? This was supposed to be the National Forest. What little service roads we did end up finding, we had no such luck finding a spot to park our hut.
After tirelessly searching for the entire day, we eventually decided to accept defeat.
There's two sides of Wayne Forest, and we've determined that it is not friendly to Love Hut or other boondockers. So it's getting dark, and we are headed to a paid campground, which is totally out of our style, but that's what's happening tonight.
We've been on the road for almost a year now, and you guys know how we feel about paid campgrounds, but we were willing to do it for the night until we found this sign. And then, not too far from it, this one.
National Forest is just closed to the public. I just found a sign at a trailhead because we were going to park here because our campground was closed, and it says if you are caught camping within 200 yards of any sort of public use area, you could be fined up to $5,000 or 6 months imprisonment, and I ain't down with that. I don't know where we're going tonight, but it's 7:51 and we have no place to sleep.
Ronald, again. Since nowhere on the Ohio side of the state line was safe for us, we crossed the river again and made it back into West Virginia to hang out at a Cracker Barrel for the night.
After gaining service and seeing this, we were both overwhelmed with gratefulness that we were on solid ground for the night. And hey, we got breakfast the next morning too.
We waited for the heavy rains to slow down to a slow drizzle before making our way into yet another state, number 28. Hello, Kentucky.
The moment we crossed the state line, we both had an overwhelming feeling that we were going to love this state. And as we entered the Daniel Boone National Forest, we realized we were not disappointed.
We found this absolutely incredible spot overlooking the Big Sandy River. Spots like this are why we do what we do. The trees, the water, the absolutely beautiful sights. This is our happy place.
The rain came back and forced us all inside, and I got busy rustling up some grub while Kelsey sang me love songs.
We all slept in the next morning and enjoyed some breakfast while getting some absolutely beautiful views out all of our windows.
Hey, look at that. It's a cigarette butt, a brand new one. It poured last night. That's new. Someone stood here this morning in this spot and just stared at our house. It's weird and I don't like it.
That was enough for Shane to kick it into high gear and get ready to leave this awesome little spot. I personally didn't find it creepy and just think someone was coming by to check out our house and say hi. But to be fair, we were a really, really long ways away from anyone. So if you were that close to our house, you definitely read our sign. And if you're watching, please comment below to clear this argument up.
Either way, we had a full day of exploration ahead of us, and with every twisty road we turned down, we fell more and more in love with this forest.
Every corner we turned was filled with another absolutely beautiful view and more trees and nature and all of the things that we love about this lifestyle. We even found some more lakes.
As much fun as we were having, that sun was starting to go down and it was time for us to scramble to find a place to sleep.
We found yet again another awesome waterfront spot and watched an incredible sunset before hunkering down and enjoying one more Shane cooked meal for the night. All right, guys, we told you that was a crazy week and we meant it. Don't worry, just because we're at a full year now does not mean that we are anywhere near packing up yet.
Although that was our original intent. But this week, we have a job in Kentucky, so we'll be here just a little bit longer.
Yeah, guys, this has really turned into a lifestyle for us. We want to thank each and every one of you that have followed us along on our first year. It means a whole lot to us that you're along for the journey.
Also, if you're looking for a new way to support us, check out our new Patreon page. It features a way to help us buy camera recording equipment to help get better shots and improve your viewing experience. Also, if you have the time, make sure you hit the subscribe button below, the thumbs up button, and maybe leave us a comment, because if you don't, we don't know you're watching.
Yeah, guys, have an awesome week. We will see you next week. Peace out. Love you guys.
Bye, y'all.